Okay, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about if you need an expensive camera or you need an expensive lens. Unfortunately, my expensive lens is currently on the camera, but I'm still going to break it down regardless. Let's get it. Okay, I guys don't know if you guys are doing good. So I saw a couple comments on the recent video I did, which is talking about the 4 apps that I recommend anyone to use. And I saw a lot of guys had the question on, do you need to get an expensive camera or do you need to get an expensive lens? Like pretty much, where do you need to go from? So I'm going to be breaking out for anyone trying to get into photography and you're looking into getting a camera. So firstly, gear doesn't really matter, to be honest, but to an extent though. So you need to understand what you're trying to shoot. Like you can have good gear, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to use it, it's pointless. But if you have what you have and manage the resources that you have, you can create amazing stuff. So I remember a couple months back, I used, this is a Canon Rebel T6, and I used it with a 50mm Canon. By the way, I did a video on this. You can check it. I'm gonna have it right there by the eye. And yeah, I used this two together combo, and I created this images. It is pretty good. Like that's my own personal opinion. Like you can have yours. That's perfect. But I think with what I had, I created some pretty good pictures. You can let me know in the comment what you think. But yeah, so gear doesn't really matter. It's knowing what you have and knowing how to use it. Like for right now, you can take an amazing content with your phone. Like the phones this day and age, are amazing. So you can take really good stuff. The second one is if you're trying to get an expensive body, it's going to be hard for you to get an expensive lens. So for example, I believe this Rebel T6 is around 300, 400 bucks. I'm going to find out and I'll let you guys know down here. I can't remember how much it is, but I'll put it right here. But yeah, and this is a Canon 50mm. It's like $150. So that's a pretty cheap combo. But let's say you have a budget of around $700. Right now, I'm pretty positive you can find a pretty good Canon 60 Mark II 660 for like around $500, and you can get a Canon 50mm. That's a pretty good combo to start with, especially when you're starting out. But I would always recommend anytime, any day, I would always stand by this: good glass over good camera body. When I say glass, I mean the lens. So if you have the budget of around $1,000, I would advise you spend like $500, $600 on a good lens. There's a bunch out there. You can get the Sigma 35mm. That's what I'm using to shoot right now. You can get, I'll say, a Canon, I believe 85mm for like around $400, $500. Depends on the price. Depends on where you're at. But you can find around that price. That's a good combo. And then you can get a Canon 60. But if you want to go a little bit higher, you can get a Rebel T6, which is this one, and you can pair it up with a Sigma 35mm, which is around like used around $700, $800, and the camera bodies around like 300, 350, if I'm not mistaken. That's if you have like so I'm going up for like if you have 1,000 budget. But I would always recommend good lens over camera body, because if you spend so much money on the camera body and then you get like a regular, give me one sec. If you get a Canon 18 to 55mm, this is like pretty much a kit lens that come at any body you have. Like a Sony, Nikon, you can use that same body on it, but that's not a good combo. You don't get the best quality out of it. So my recommendation for anyone out there, just to answer your question, is good lens over the camera body. Always. If you have a good budget, then you can go for good body and good lens. But like good lens, there's a Sigma 35, there's a 50mm. I always advise when you're starting out, start with a prime lens, because it gets you moving and you don't really know what you want to shoot, especially when you start out. So you don't want to invest so much into gear lens when you know you're going to switch. So say for example, you're trying to do landscape. You don't want to invest so much into like 85, 100 and 100mm macro, which is more like into beauty, but you're trying to take landscapes or wide pictures. Instead, you should be investing more into the wide lenses, like the 16mm, 25, 11 to 24. That's what you should be investing in. But because you don't know, you don't want to pull all your money into just one stuff when you don't need it. So my recommendation is you should always go for the body over the lens. I'm gonna have a couple links down there you can check out to see what kind of camera body I recommend. I'm a Canon person. I might be switching to Sony. We'll see. But I'm always a Canon person over time. I like the Canon colors. That's a video for another day. But I'm going to post some links down in the bio. Check it out. See what you like. I'll make a couple references over there. It's up to you. But if you have a good budget, I would always recommend good glass over camera body. Anyways, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I'm going to be out. Take care of yourself. And I'll catch you next one. Oh, yeah. Forgot. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. I can't wait. Last week was amazing. Did so many photo shoots, exhausted, but it is what it is. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.